Hello and welcome to Audley Brew Co with myself, Gary Jackson. It's been a while. I was meant to have a grain to glass video out maybe a couple of weeks back, and then disaster unfolded. I had hooked up a new CO2 gas to my regulator and my Keyser system that I have, and unfortunately over the course of a couple of days that full tank became an empty tank. We had a leak. I had a very old manifold system with the wee tiny taps that people use. I don't know what they're called. They're just like wee swing, but they're literally about that size. They're very fragile. I've had that since I very first started, and I've always sort of thought it's a bit dodgy. It uses barbs and about 2 million Jubilee clips. So the grain to glass video didn't go out, unfortunately, but it's still a work in progress, and we'll get to that later in the video. But what it did do was motivate me to rebuild my manifold system using the 3/8 tubing, so slightly smaller tubing, using dual tight fittings rather than barbs, and using the Kegland inline regulators, which I've switched out the analog dials for digital dials. So the way my system works is I have two kegs can go on at any one time. However, I also bought a T-junction, so it can be upgraded at any point in the future. And I've just yesterday ordered inline taps as well, so I can shut them off if I want to do something. Whenever they arrive, I'll show you the whole system. So I had to go to the gas supplier then and buy a further 2 bottles of gas because I had 2 empties, and I just thought, well, may as well get the 2. But it actually works out okay because I can use one in the house for like the fizzy beer machine and things like that. So I just wanted to take a couple of moments to go through a couple of comments that I got on previous videos since I relaunched the channel there. So the first one, the 6th of July, I put out the NEPA grain to glass video, so go check that out. But the first comment I got on that was from Brew a Bit Rick Shaw. Go check his channel out, very entertaining, very knowledgeable. And Rick basically says, looks and sounds amazing, I can see your excitement. Mate, you've no idea. I genuinely thought that it ballsed it up, but when it came out of the tap, looking incredible and smelling incredible, and then ultimately tasting fantastic, the excitement was there, definitely. I'm not confident enough to mess up a NEPA yet. Are you on your new gimbal on the tasting part? No, mate. As I say, I think I replied to you there. I haven't got the gimbal yet. I've just got like a tripod thing, but my phone's quite fancy in that if I move, I'll try here, yeah, so you can see the focus changes when I move, but that's just a bit of software on the phone. You need to get a drink, apparently good idea to do some further vids. Can't remember what that's about and I can't be bothered rewatching the video. I find myself boring, to be honest with you. I agree water chemistry scares the big givers out of me. I wonder if big givers the sort of, is it Cornwall you're from? I wonder is that the Cornwall equivalent of bejesus? Rick, honestly mate, I was the exact same. What I did, I think I mentioned it in that video as well, is I bought all the sort of main things that people use the most in their water chemistry, like Epsom salt, I can't remember them off the top of my head. Epsom salt is the one that sticks out because you can put that in your bath as well. So I just bought the main ones and then put it into Brewfather, and it told me what to do. You can either buy mineral water from Tesco's, which has all the vital statistics on the back. You plug that into Brewfather as your source water, just click what you want and it tells you what to add. Simple as that. I found a company near me who sells a 4 filter system for about 50 quid, which I think is a bargain. Make it a go. That's our water system. Yeah, I got mine. I did do a deboxing video. I've had a real bad run of luck at the minute. I started to do a deboxing, unboxing is probably better English, an unboxing video where I opened it and was getting ready to build it all together, and there was some vital parts missing. So not ideal, not ideal at all. But thankfully, I sort of sorted it out. I got some tubing and different bits and pieces from an old American fridge install thing. And I actually used it in the very next brew, which hopefully will be the Green to Glass video coming out very, very soon. So yeah, Rick, thanks very much for your comment. And you're obviously a very active member on the BrewTube official Facebook site. We chat quite a bit on there. The next one then is from Big Banana Brewing, Stephen Burton, a local lad to myself. Well, local in the grand scheme of things, but an hour away. Big Banana Brewing, first thing you need to do is mop that floor. It sounds sticky as fuck. Yes, I had a slight wart issue immediately prior, and I thought I'd got it cleaned up in time, but obviously the sticky floor transmitted through the microphone. Yes, it's mopped, it's clean, it's fine. Second, water chemistry is a mind melt, but the good thing is that Brewfather does the calculations for you if you can get water that you know what is in it. Yeah, that's basically what I just said to Rick there. You can either go with the Tesco mineral water route or other supermarket, any sort of water, or you can even send your own water off, your own tap water off to be analysed by professionals. The problem with that is they can only tell you what was in that sample. I know we're in the midst of a heat wave here at the minute. Well, it just sort of ended the heat wave, but last year, the year before, there was such a water shortage in Northern Ireland that the water company here actually ended up putting more chlorine into the water because they couldn't process it the way they usually do. So they had to get the water out quicker. So they were just bucking loads of chlorine into it, so that throws your water chemistry off. And then obviously the third way is an RO system, which is probably the best way to do it. You're wasting a lot of water there, but we'll get to that in another video. Trust Brewfather to tell you what to put in it. It really works. Yeah, the NEPA was fantastic. The beer that's going to be on the next Green to Glass, the Full Ulster clone, which has, I've had a couple of samples of it while it's been flat, and it's tasty, but it's different. But obviously that's for the next video. But yeah, I used the Brewfather profile for that as well, using RO water. Big Banana goes on to say, RO is best to use as it has nothing at all. You're definitely going in the right direction with that. The water is perfect for star sand also, which is a bonus. Deionized with the 4-stage version. Yeah, that's what I have. I have a 4-stage filter, deionized, all singing, all dancing. Takes about a day and a half to get what you need, but anyway. And then he goes on to say, thirdly, the beer sounds good. Yeah, thank you very much. I was blown away by how good it was, considering it was my first attempt at a NEPA. Don't want to flog that dead cat anymore. Big Banana, I can make a good hazy IPA, but I don't think I'll bother with any more NEPAs. Hundreds of grams of hops into something that just turned out okay is disappointing. Get her brewed, do some great deals on 1 kilogram bags of hops. Definitely worth a look if you haven't already. Yeah, I tend to buy my hops as I need them, using the likes of Malt Miller, Get Her Brewed's recipe builders. It's probably not the most economical way to do it, but if I'm getting into more big hoppy styles and I know what sort of hops that I want to use now, there might be something to look into, Stephen. So yeah, thanks for that. So then I put out a teaser video because I was expecting to be able to put my Green to Glass out within a week or two of that. Unfortunately, that didn't work out to plan. And I got a message from a fella called I assume they're a person called Skid Baxter, who just exclaims, brilliant, 1.004 is definitely dry as dust, lol, happy homebrewing, cheers. I replied to him then, keep tuned because it's not all as it seems. I don't want to go into too much detail about that now, so thanks very much for your comment, Skid. I hope you're still tuned in to the channel because the Green to Glass will be going up hopefully early next week, and we will be able to explain the dry beer. So now we're over July's trials and tribulations, and we're into August, and we've We've got the brew set up back on point. Everything seems to be working again. So what's next? What's coming next? So obviously, I think I've already mentioned it. Next Grain to Glass video, hopefully out in the next week, which will be a clone of Full Irish. So I did a clone a couple of years back of 8 Degrees Brewing Full Irish. I called it Full Ulster because it was really bitter. I've made one that's slightly less bitter, closer to the original. But it's not quite a clone either. So that's hopefully, as I say, coming up in the next week or so. Going forward then, I ordered, before everything started going south, I ordered a couple of brew packs, recipe packs, whatever you want to call them, from Malt Miller. They've arrived, they've been sitting downstairs for quite a while. I didn't want to get the brews on until I got the gas and stuff, particularly one of them is going to be a little bit involved, so I want to be able to dedicate all my focus onto it. The other one, pretty standard. So what we're going to do a Brut IPA. I've never done one before, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. It'll probably be first, I think. Yeah, I'll probably do it first, and then I'm actually going to do, despite complaining about how expensive the NEPA was and how I would probably not go down and do it again. I got a recipe pack from Malt Miller for a really hoppy, dry hopped bomb of an IPA. It's not a NEPA, as far as I can tell, but actually it was more expensive than the NEPA that I brewed last month. So yeah. And then moving beyond that, I have grand designs that I want to finally do, like a Pilsner or a lager that is better than, that's alright. I've made a lot of lagers over the years that I went, it's drinkable, but I want to make one that's really good. I also have an idea, this probably is a contradiction, but I also have an idea where I want to do something that's similar in a way to Miller Genuine Draft, but there are no, I can't find any clone recipes out there. I can find loads for all the different varieties of Budweiser, but I can't find any for MGD, and it's just closer to my tastes, to be honest, closer to what I think. So if you look in like an American lager or American Pilsner, it's always light. It's always like Budweiser or what have you. But I want to do something that just a little bit more caramel into it, make it slightly darker, and just closer to Miller, really. And then beyond that, probably, I don't know, I'm not doing a Christmas beer as such this year. So yeah, I'll probably do maybe 2-3 lagers next, and a Kolsch. I haven't done a Kolsch in about 18 months. So yeah, I do have a Kolsch recipe that I really like. Yeah, so that's that basically. So despite the fact that I haven't seen you guys in a while, you haven't forgotten about me. Well, maybe you have, I don't know. But I did receive through the post over the weekend there a box of beer, and as I already said in previous videos, it's one of the best things about being part of the BrewTube community is that you do these beer swaps from time to time, and Big Banana's come up with the goods again. So he sent me a box with 3 beers in it. I'm not going to do taste testings now because it is only 3 o'clock on a Monday afternoon, and no. So 3 beers, all, no, not all different. So the first one is Nelson Loves Sorachi New Zealand Pilsner, 5%. And you can see through the bottle, well, you can't, I can. It's a very clear bottle, so that looks like it's got fantastic clarity. I'm looking forward to it. Then the next one, considerably darker, as you can see. It's called Cousin Jesse Dark Lager, or Dark Lager, I suppose, and it's 4.9%. So hopefully it's a black lager, or dark, I guess. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I could probably add a sound effect rather than just trying to do that with my mouth. Red X Cooch inspired red ale. Yes! Yes! One of my favourite commercial available craft beers is Cooch by Tiny Rebel. I had it, I think I had one of the earliest editions of it back in 2011, maybe 2010, 2011 I think it was. I got it first, and I've loved it ever since. Then they brought out the brew your own recipe pack. It's a 2-can pack. I've made that about 8 or 9 times. I flippin' love it. And Red X is a grain that I'm aware of and I'm in awe of and I really want to use, but I just can never justify buying a full big bag of it. I think Malt Miller are now sort of dividing it down. I think they used to do it only in the 5 kilo bags, and for an experimental grain, I'm not sure I'm willing to buy 5 kilos, but watch this space. I do have plans. But the other thing I thought was quite interesting, Stephen has put QR codes on all his bottles, which I haven't scanned them yet, but I assume they take you to the grandfather recipe brewing process thing, which is quite a nice touch. Yeah, so that's something that I'll definitely be copying. Yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not sure how long this video has run, but yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to fire out, I'm going to taste these over the course of this week. Put a video together of tasting those 3 beers, because I'm always excited to taste beers from the Big Banana. The New Zealand Pilsner is a style I've not tried yet to make myself, but it seems to be the Big Banana's Moby Dick. Is that the right analogy? I don't even know if that's the right analogy. And Red X Cooch, all inspiring. Yeah, I'm ready for this. So you guys, hopefully we'll get back to normal. I've probably wrapped this up about 3 times now. We'll get back to normal, we'll get some Green the Glass videos out, we'll get some beer tastings out. Leave a comment, don't forget to, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Leave a comment down below if you want to respond to anything I've said. If I'm talking rubbish, let me know. If you think I'm the best beer brewer, speaker person that you know, yeah, leave a comment down below, and I'll get back to you. Hello and welcome to Audley Brew Co. Try that again. Hello and welcome to Audley Brew Co. Why can I not say that today?